Well, breaking news we're tracking this morning, the launch of the Axiom 4 mission that will carry India's second astronaut to space was postponed for a fifth time. In a post on X, SpaceX said the mission to the International Space Station was deferred due to a technical glitch in its Falcon 9 rocket that is being used for the launch. As far as the new date and all the details and the reasons being cited for this postponement are concerned, let's go across to my colleague Pallav Bagla, who's been tracking the finer developments. Pallav, sir, the launch of this mission that will carry Shubhanshu Shukla postponed for a fifth time. Take us through the reasons being cited for yet another delay.
Good morning. And yes, this is both good and bad news if there is a postponement. The postponement is not good news, but if the postponement is to reduce the risk for Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla and the crew who are flying into space, then it's very good news. And let me tell you what has really happened. There was a leak of the liquid oxygen system on the rocket. And yesterday, SpaceX had announced that, and they were hoping they will fix in the next 24 hours. They weren't able to fix it. So that is why it has happened. Now, there is a little bit of a tussle which is happening between SpaceX and ISRO. And let me read out the messages and tweets which have come out from SpaceX first. SpaceX says, standing down from tomorrow's Falcon 9 launch of AX4 to the allow additional time for SpaceX teams to repair the LOX leak identified during post-static fire booster inspections. Once complete and pending range availability, we will share a new launch date. So SpaceX has announced that they are postponing it for the time being. But if you look at the message which has come from ISRO, which is very detailed and which shows what was happening behind the scenes and how ISRO was also playing a role in this detection of the leak and its postponement. So ISRO's message says, postponement of Axiom 4 mission slated for launch on 11th of June 2025 for sending first Indian Gaganyatri to International Space Station as part of the launch vehicle preparation to validate the performance of booster stage of Falcon 9 launch vehicle. 7 seconds of hot test was carried out on the launch pad. It is understood that the LOX leak was detected in the propulsion bay during the test.
All right.
Based on the discussion on this topic by ISRO team with the experts of Axiom and SpaceX, it has been decided to correct the leak and carry out necessary validation tests before clearing for the launch. Hence, the launch of Axiom 4 slated for 11th of June for sending first Gaganyatri is postponed. And it is signed off with regards Dr. V. Narayanan, Secretary DOES, Chairman ISRO, and Chairman Space Commission. Right. So it seems ISRO has played a role in this testing phase. There was a feeling that SpaceX was taking undue risk, and ISRO, because there is an Indian flying and there are 3 other crew members from other countries who are flying, it seems ISRO has weighed in and made SpaceX and Axiom decide that they should launch only when all the
Right, Pallav, sir. Thanks so much for taking us through the latest details. In fact, we also have with us space reporter Richard Trebo. Thanks so much, Richard, for making time for us on NDTV. Now, even though Pallav, sir, has detailed why this mission has been postponed for the 5th time, this is a really incredible time for human spaceflight. It's undeniable. Take us through your expectations from this particular mission.
Well, I'm actually quite excited with the idea that you have 3 countries that haven't flown to space in 4 decades and heading to the space station for the first time. And one thing that I will say about SpaceX, maybe taking undue what was considered maybe too much risk. But the good news is they launched so much that even if they had to switch out a booster and turn this around, according to Dana Weigel, who's the head of the International Space Station program with NASA, there's plenty of opportunity this month to get this off the ground, plenty of options through June 30th. So even though it's been delayed now 5 times, there's a good chance this thing is going to turn around and get up before the end of the month. After that, they would have to wait till about the 2nd week of July, and then it gets dicey, but there's a good chance.
All right. Pallav, sir, on the specific date for the mission yet, any idea when it will be rescheduled for? What are we picking up on, and how long will the Axiom mission then take after the launch to reach and dock with the International Space Station?
It was announced in the presser that there would be opportunity till June 30th, and then beyond that in the second week of July. And after that, the International Space Station is going to become very busy, and having 4 astronauts from the Axiom 4 mission may be difficult. So right now there is no date announced, and let us go with that the SpaceX team is standing down and waiting for range opportunities to be available. But yes, it almost seemed 24 hours earlier that SpaceX was taking undue risk, and ISRO has weighed in to make sure that risk is mitigated, and the launch happens only when all partners are satisfied. One should remember that it was a commercial launch. India has paid 550 crores or about $60 to $70 million for it. So India has a stake in it, and there was no point in taking undue risk. And ISRO has weighed in, and Dr. D. Narayanan, who himself is a specialist on liquid engines, has kind of weighed in to make sure that the launch doesn't happen unless the risks are fully mitigated to his satisfaction.
All right.
And I salute him for that, because not just an Indian, there is an American, there is a Hungarian, there is a Polish, there are 4 astronauts. And remember, SpaceX and Axiom both are all commercial companies.
Of course.
So for them, the reasons for launching now would be very different from what other countries and national space agencies may want. So a postponement which has happened is not something worrying.
Yes, due diligence is key, but thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining us with the latest details. We will, of course, keep a close eye on all the developments and when this mission is rescheduled.